None of this speculation about who I am, what's wrong with my mental, why I'm miserable, why I ain't happy with life. I've never had so many people that come to me and ask about where I should play. That's a hot topic, but you don't have to talk about it. And then you don't have to get mad when I don't want to talk about it. And then you don't have to get mad when your little brain is roaming around, but you can't find the correct answers. That's bad journalism. Shannon, is Katie right?
No, Katie is dead wrong. Again. Skip. I learned once I got into the side of the business because I thought like KD when I was in KD's shoes as an athlete. Not saying I was a great player, so don't at me talking about trying to compare himself to KD. When I was in KD...
You're in the Hall of Fame. Go ahead.
When I was in KD's shoes, Skip, I thought like KD. It was about wins, losses, scores. But as I got to this side, it's not good enough to say the Warriors won 110 to 150, 115 to 110. Sports are about stories. KD is a story. You're right, KD. Your free agency is not about wins and losses. It's about the story. Someone's going to tell the story of KD transitioning, just like they told a story how you transition from OKC to Golden State. And if you leave Golden State and where you transition to. KD doesn't get that. He's made it worse. LeBron was going through the very same thing last year. But LeBron made it abundantly clear. He keeps bringing it up. You keep doing things. Klay Thompson's going through this. They ain't asking Kawhi all these questions.
I forget Klay's going to be a free agent, but go ahead.
So true.
KD, you have a story to tell, and fans want to hear it. Yes. KD, your life was never going to be just about wins and losses. The moment you grew to be 6'9" when you were at, I think he went to Montrose Academy. I think he went to one of those academies, Skip. So that was over for you because everybody wanted to know, where is Kevin Durant going? It wasn't about, okay, Kevin Durant dropped 45. Where is Kevin Durant going to college at, Skip? That's what people wanted to know. It's a give and take, KD. Why do you think you make $30 million a year? KD, let me break it to you. I don't know if you noticed this. You're like 7 foot tall. And if you didn't play basketball, I don't know very many 7 foot tall black guys that have podcasts. So you see how this thing works, KD? You're able to do a lot because you play basketball and the media puts your story out. Did you think you would have, let me ask you a question, KD. Without playing basketball and without the media, do you think you would have had access to Silicon Valley? Do you really think that? Do you think a kid from Maryland that grew up in the inner city, that grew up like you did, would have access to that?
Maybe, but probably not.
Thank you. It goes hand in hand, KD. And even if you put something out there on your platform, I think he made his announcement that he was going to Golden State. What was it, undefeated? Or
wasn't it on Players Tribune?
Players Tribune. Guess what, Skip? Now you put it out there on that. The reporter's still going to have to, when you sit down and take questions, they're still going to ask you about it, KD. So it's inescapable. KD, just embrace it. And then you're going to talk about your small minds roaming around. Come on, KD.
Small minds.
Really,
there we go again.
Come on, KD. You don't have to. Look, you're great at what you do. You're tremendous. But to try to make somebody feel small, oh, you're small mind. Come on, KD. Don't, you're better than that, bro. Just embrace where you are right now. You're the prohibitive favorite to win the title again. You're the prohibitive favorite, probably going to be Finals MVP if you guys do win it again. Embrace that, bro. You don't. Me particularly, I don't really care. I'm going to say what I'm going to say regardless. Whether you talk or not.
That is
you ain't got to say a word.
Thank you.
I'm going to talk.
Amen.
So, yeah, I'm small-minded, but I'm going to use the little small mind I got to come up with some reasons why you're behaving or acting like this. But KD is wrong in this situation. What do they expect the media to do? That's their job.
I'm going to say it one more time. I've been saying it for 2 years. Kevin Durant has become the best player on the planet. But my support of Kevin Durant stops right there. He is also off the court losing me more and more by the day. He is actually making LeBron James look humble now, if that's possible, but he is.
He is. LeBron very humble.
He can be, and sometimes not so much. Kevin Durant has decided he is to the NBA what Tiger Woods is to golf, and Kevin just is not.
No.
I'm sorry, you're not, Kevin. And if I hear one more time, why do you guys keep talking about my free agency? Because you do. You're obsessed with your free agency. You bring it up at every opportunity. I'm sick of it. I don't want to hear about it anymore. It's a big deal, but there'll be bigger deals along the trail.
Yes.
And there's going to come a day, Kevin, and you can't see it now because you've lost all perspective. There's going to come a day when you're going to have to compete for that chair over there because you're going to want it, and you're going to get an audition in that chair because you're going to want to stay close to the game that you love. And you're going to have to talk about younger players' stories, current players' stories, right? You know how that goes.
Yes.
You went through that. It's hard, man, and maybe Kevin isn't cut out for this.
No, I think the thing is, Skip, he's probably going to, look, Kevin's going to make, probably when he's done, he's going to probably have $300, $400, $500 million. He's going to maybe want to own a team or do something in the venture capital side of it.
Who knows? Who knows?
Can I ask?
No, but if you get into that, it's no fun. It's not as fun as playing or talking about basketball.
Since you mentioned Tiger Woods, does anybody know what his winning score was that he won the Masters? Everybody's talking about the story of Tiger Woods coming back. 14 years after he won his last major. 11 years after he won his last... 14 years after he won the Masters, 11 years after he won his last major. Skip, nobody's talking about his score.
For 11 years, golf was not the same. Just for the record, it wasn't the same without him.
Nobody is talking about the score.
Yes.
They're talking about the story of Tiger Woods winning the Masters.
Okay, so Kevin says, they need me. No, seriously, we don't. Do we need LeBron? Yeah, I'm going to give you LeBron because trust me on this, Kevin Durant. LeBron James is 100 times more interesting than you are. I don't know what it is about LeBron, born on December 30th, 1980, was it?
He ain't no Tiger.
Okay.
He ain't no Tiger.
And they have this in common. There's a force field that revolves around both of them, and I can't explain it because it's inexplicable. But stuff just keeps happening to both of them that is highly interesting. On a nightly basis, there's a subplot to every LeBron James game, and I miss him greatly because the playoffs miss him, and it's reflected in the numbers, the ratings. If Kevin Durant were out for the playoffs, nobody would really care because
he's been out for the playoffs, remember?
Well, I know he has. I know. Hey, nobody cared. Life goes on. And the only thing interesting about Kevin off the court is on a daily basis, what is he mad about today? What little unimportant thing is he mad about now and why? That's all that's interesting about him because he always seems so sour and dour. It's always a downer. It's always downbeat with him. And, he's talking about none of this speculation about who am I? What's wrong with my mental? Why am I so miserable? Well, that's just the topic of the day almost every day, right? Yeah. And I'm sorry when he talks about the media's feathers are ruffled because the players are taking over telling their stories. Well, trust me, there are a lot of smart people out there watching this show and following sports. And they don't always want the sanitized, egomaniacal version of Kevin's story told by Kevin.
Right.
Because Kevin's not going to tell you the real story in some cases, right? Okay.
But Skip, the thing with me is that the talking down. I mean, now Kevin Durant wants to be a Nobel laureate. He wants to make people feel that he's so much smarter than you, that your brain is so small, you can't even possibly begin to imagine what's going on in my world, what I'm thinking about, how I'm feeling. I don't like the condescending tone. You're a great player.
He is.
Great, all-time, historically
and
great.
by the way, he can be a very deep thinker. I give him that.
Sure.
Yes.
But
trust me, Michael Jordan retired. Media's still here. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird.
I don't know.
LeBron's going to retire.
I don't know. Babe Ruth is gone. Baseball still goes on. I don't know how it happens, but it just does.
Well, you know what? Look, Skip, maybe instead of having 5 or 6 beat writers, if you were to leave Golden State, maybe they cut it down to 3 or 4. Maybe they reassign someone.
Maybe.
But the media ain't going nowhere, KD.
No.
You're not. Trust me. You're not going to be the reason the newspaper industry or the media folds. It's not going to be because of you.
No, and players' websites or Tribunes or whatever, they're not going to run the mainstream media out of business. They just won't. No. There's too much of a need for it,
because
whether Kevin likes it or not.
Because here's the thing, though, Skip. Kevin Durant got a website. What's he talking about? Kevin Durant. But what if I want to see something about baseball? What if I want to see something about track and field? What if I want to see something about women basketball? You talking about that?
He might try, but I'm not sure anybody'd be that interested.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking.
Yeah, good question.
Media's here to stay. I think we're okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I feel
we're
good.
good.
Yeah, I'm going to use my little brain to try to figure out what's going on with Kevin Durant.
Okay, you think about that. Coming up, will the Greek Freak lead the Bucks